Hello, hello, hello. It's been a while. What the hell? Oh, it's trying to autofocus. Hold on. It always resets every time, and I forget about it. Configure video. There we are. We ain't gonna autofocus, because it doesn't, the autofocus does not like pens and inks. Okay. So it's been a while. Like I said, I've been working out my whole, what the job schedule looks like, and it's still a mess because it's so fluid from day to day. So you get a random Monday night stream because this was the day that I actually didn't have anything going on. Well, no, I had a lot of things going on today, but I have found time to stream, and I wanted to stream because I haven't in a while, so I made time to stream. It's only gonna be one ink today, because that's what I got time for. And ink is, it might be in here. No, it's in the other one. My blues, it's Diatramentus Indigo Blue, but my blues are split across a couple different colorings. There we are. Like I said, gotta adjust that manually. It's in here somewhere. There it is. Diatramentus Indigo Blue is it's more of a navy blue. This is what a lot of people call a blue-black. To me, this is a navy blue. It is a very boring blue. I do not like inks in this color family. They do not do it for me. I think they're a total snooze fest. I have it right next to Sherlock Holmes. Pilot blue-black. People love Pilot blue-black. I don't. It performs well. The colors, it just doesn't do it for me. For me, a blue-black is more something like Robert Oster Thunderstorm or Aurora blue-black. I prefer my blue-blacks more black than blue. Hello, Becky. But yeah, but this is inked up and got it in. I had them actually inked up to write this review while subbing on Friday, but then I woke up and felt really not good on Friday. I was like, nope, okay, sickness of some sort. So I canceled, but I had everything all ready to go, so hey. Shameless self-promotion, I do make these. I made a bunch of them last year because I was like, I'm gonna sell pen cases, and I made a bunch. And so I have them up for sale. They're on my website, or my blah blah blah, my big cartel, which should be linked down there in the link tree. Yeah. If you would like one, I got a bunch of them in these different colorways of mostly handspun yarn. But yeah, so the real reason, well, besides missing streaming, just because schedule, the other reason that I needed to stream today, not wait till tomorrow, is because the article I saw on the front page of the newspaper today, because that gets emailed to me every morning, is something about Georgia exporting chicken feet to China. And I couldn't not share that with y'all, because that is exactly the kind of fun story I like to spread out to the world in these ink reviews. Just, I don't know, something about Georgia agriculture is always a little bit off kilter. Remember we did the one article ages ago about oh, the army's dumping mysterious shrapnel on this peanut farmer, and it was just like, what? I don't know what it is. It just amuses me greatly. I got a sharpen yield pencil. There's actually I don't know what it is about the Monday edition of the newspaper. Actually, I do know what it is. Mondays, and Becky, you can correct me on this you probably do know better, but Monday tends to be, I guess, a deader news day. Unless, I don't know, the Cheeto in chief did something dumb over the weekend. But usually it tends to be slower. And so, I don't know, that just provides space for the weird local articles to proliferate, which is the type of shit I'm more interested in rather than the big national news. I got podcasts and national news outlets for big national news. I much prefer Local, then the city paper for local stuff. Okay, let me adjust once again. You know what? I need to put that there to help. There we are. Cool. Okay. But even like when I switched from Mondays to Thursdays, I could tell that, I don't know, the Mondays paper had a much higher concentration of the type of articles I like than the Thursday paper. There you go. See? Becky used to be in the newspaper industry, so she knows these things, which is why I told her to correct me. Because there were a bunch of options in today's paper. There was the chicken feet article, there was one on local transport, there was one on the local transit system. There was one on there's this one local university that's had a lot of like really violent shit, like not because of students at the university, but like weird like external violent shit has happened to the university. So that was the like headline article. But yeah, whatever it is, I enjoy the evergreen content. There was one that I was doing last time, or I think I was going to do it on Friday before I was ill, and it was more shit on scooters. You guys know I love to update you on the scooter. All the scooter articles just bring me joy because it's so small, yet there's so much drama about the scooters. Okay, but to this Georgia chicken feet article. And I know the person who came up with this headline was very proud of themselves and happy that their editor let them go with it. Georgia chicken feet make a run for China. Someone had a good chuckle in the AJC office. Yep. It looks like it might actually, the content might be a more serious, like, economics of Georgia's poultry industry and how the trade war affects it, which I'm fine with. I would go for that article regardless. But the article name, I was just like, gorgeous. This is what made me read it. What am I doing? Oh, yeah. Okay, maybe. This article is going to be full of things like this because now we have a statement within paragraph 1 leading the charge, chicken feet. I'm just like, yeah, someone just tried to get like all the, I guess, newspaper version of dad jokes into this article. And most of the time, dad jokes make me groan. But for some reason, when it has to do with like farm stuff, beautiful. And this ink is lovely to use, by the way, which I'm not surprised at. Diatramentis inks, pretty much all of them I've used, aside from that one shimmer one, have been really lovely and wet and a joy to write with. It really just comes down to, do you like the color and do you like the scent, if it's one of the scented ones. And there are a lot of them. Eventually, I would like to get my hands on some Diatramentis Horse, because it's an ink that smells like horse. How could I not? Okay. Oh, yep. They are loading this article with puns. Next paragraph. They could scratch out chicken feet, scratch. They're running with it and I'm enjoying it immensely. Someone said, "Matt, you have free license." Because the author's name is Matt. You have free license to do as many puns as possible. And he was like, challenge accepted. Oh. No horse emoji. Well, as much as Twitch's emojis are good, they're also, because I'm so used to the standard emojis, like I want to use an emoji and then I like get paralyzed by the Twitch emoji options because they're so different from the ones that I'm used to. Hey, Rescue Monkey. How are you doing tonight? We are right. I am looking at this ink and writing and transcribing an article about chicken feet exports. Because the copy editor allowed in a gloriously punny headline and I could not resist. Is it sad that I normally am very interested in all like the actual meat, chicken meat, um, of the article and all, the economics numbers, but I just want to breeze right through all that to get to the next chicken pun. Which means the author did their job because it makes me want to read more of the article. And of course, like, the Atlanta Journal-Constitution cares a lot about the chicken industry because I think Georgia is the largest producer of chicken. Oh yeah, hey, it says it in like literally the next half of the sentence. Nation's biggest chicken producer. Which always... So the state fair in Georgia, even though Georgia is the largest chicken producer, does not have a chicken competition. They have a little hut where they show you, where it's like basically like sponsored by the poultry industry. They like show you the life cycle of a chicken and everything. But there's nothing, like no fancy chickens or anything. It's very sad. So the article just made a distinction between edible, like it had to specify edible chicken feet. So now are there inedible chicken feet? I wonder this. Probably. But it's just, I'm like, huh. On the ink, I actually like this color a lot more in writing than I do in the swab. I think as it's coming out more like actually navy versus the weird space that Pilot Blue Black occupies. I don't know. It makes me want to Google, like, why might chicken feet be inedible? It's just like, huh. Maybe like they're deformed or something. I have no idea. So many wires everywhere. Oh, and this caused the camera to move. Hold on. This is the disadvantage. Of not having streamed in a while, is that everything just sort of falls down because I haven't used it quite literally, and then things get caught. Okay. Much better. I'm hoping... Ooh. That sounds really yummy, actually. They're served as a snack, steamed and marinated in a sauce. I could rock with that. Snack on some chicken feet. Isn't there also like a chicken feet soup? Oh, this isn't a trade war thing. It was an outbreak of avian flu a few years ago that caused the ban on U.S. poultry in China. Yes, there we go. The market for feet tripped badly. They just, yep. I'm just like, I just want to like tweet at this guy, be like, I see all your puns and they're amazing. That's fine. You need to make sure to, I don't know, treat skin needs of children. The life of a theme park paramedic. Hmm. Oh no, the chicken feet have gone into pet food and fertilizers. I mean, they're not gone to waste. Like, clearly people have found. That's the thing about agriculture is that there is a use for all of it. Unless it is literally contaminated such that it is no longer edible, people will find a use for it. Like, industry will find a use for it. Or even if it's not edible, they'll still find a use for it. Like, fertilizer don't have to be edible. but I want to go down to South Georgia and be like, chicken farmers, give me your chicken feet. I would like to gnaw on them. I do not know how to cook them. This is fine, right? Yes. I think I actually could buy chicken feet at my local farmer's market. They sell pretty much everything. And if not, I know where the Asian markets are in town, and they definitely sell chicken feet. So yeah, actually kind of like for all that I started off with being like, I don't get it, why do people like these blues? Because this is definitely more of a navy blue and it seems to have a little bit more richness to it than some of the other like bluer end blue blacks. I don't know, I'm sort of digging it. Wouldn't buy a bottle of it, but wouldn't not use it. I'm decidingly meh on it. I don't hate it. I like it more than Pilot Blue Black. But that's okay, so that's probably not fair to Pilot Blue Black. I just am like was so everyone kept raving about Pilot Blue Black. And someone sent me a sample because they had a giant soy sauce bottle so they could spare a few milliliters. And I got it and I was so underwhelmed. People were raving about it and I was like, I don't get it. It's okay. I would never buy it in a million years. So yeah, that's just Pilot Blue Black is not for me. Yeah, I will give it that. It it's not a volume 4, it's a volume 1001. Which you can't really see because it's so short and beat up. But I have a volume 4, this is a volume 4. Yeah, I could definitely see why you made that mistake, because out of context it's hard to tell, and it's hard to tell that it's a pentapencil unless you're holding it. But yeah, also it has the shiny finish, the 4 is matte. Yeah, it's like a gunmetal gray to sort of match the Mars rovers. So the next part soon. Yep. Like I said, I could easily understand because it's over webcam. I know my lighting isn't the greatest. Shocking part is it's better than it was. Like this time a year ago, this is so much better lighting. But yeah, it's just with a quick look, and I just did it like this real quick, and you saw it for about 2 seconds. I totally understand the mistake. Um, Also, like, it's so chewed up because classroom friendly. Hey, Blakemore. We're actually just getting to the fun part, which is with all Diatramentus inks, Becky knows this well, that they have a tendency to really just obliterate the shitty paper. It's just like ridiculous. And so now I look forward to it when I have a Diatramentus ink to see just how bad it will be. Because there's been ones where it's like you could just hold a mirror up to it and read it. It's been that bad. So yeah, so now we'll see how bad it is on the really shitty Staples paper. This is just like I said, I'm normally the shitty paper is always the fun part because it's just like, oh, how bad will it be? It's the most surprising of all the papers because it's really a roulette. But now it's like, oh, like really, how bad will it be? Because I have yet to get a Diatramentus ink that works well, really good on shit paper. And we also have to see if there are any more chicken feet puns. Blakemore, you missed it. I am transcribing an article about chicken feet exports out of Georgia, and the editor let the reporter just run with the puns. And it's kind of great. Compare that. Okay. Oh no. It's a quote by an export professional. It's not going to be laden with puns. Or like a poultry council. This article is making me want to try chicken feet. Because they sound tasty, I just never considered them. Because Western. Also, it would make you feel like you're chomping on dinosaur feet, which sounds like a great time. Yeah, expert quoting is not where you're gonna have lots of chicken related puns. Oh, I keep forgetting to do this into the mic. This is such a satisfying clip. Thanks for following, Blake Moore. Still don't, the noises from the widgets don't always come through the at least I am not hearing them, even though I have my speakers on, but for once I caught the little pop-up. But anyway, so such a satisfying click. I always forget to do it right up to the mic though. Dim sum would be lovely. I haven't had dim sum in the longest time. Strangely, even though I've lived in a couple major metro areas, where I've had dim sum the most frequently is back home in rural New Jersey, because actually across the street from our church is this like little Asian fusion-y place that's amazing. And that's where I've had dim sum. Okay. This is the most amazing quote. You wouldn't want to eat an inferior chicken foot. There's a quote from the president of the Export Council from the Council of Poultry and Eggs. You wouldn't want to eat an inferior chicken foot. This whole article makes me so happy. Yes, now I really want dumplings. And it's a shame because there's an H Mart that's very close. Like, I pass it all the time, especially when I'm coming, like, subbing. It's, like, right on the way back from the school system. Never stop at it. I can get great prices on frozen dumplings. It'd be amazing. Yeah. So we're about done here, but I want to see if there's any other great puns. Haha. So while chicken feet have yet to take flight in with many U.S. diners. Nope, that was the last one. The puns were front loaded. H Mart is so good. Anyway, so now let's see how shitty it is. It's actually, well, as per the Deatrimentus inks have never been super terrible with feathering. It's the bleed through that's been super bad. So the feathering's pretty bad in the wet pen, but that's standard. Like, every ink feathers poorly in the wet pen because there's just so much ink on really absorbent paper. So now let's flip it over and see what it looks like. Huh. That is probably the best performance I've ever seen out of a Deatrimentus ink. Like, not bad. To give you context, where is... There was that one that just made me laugh with how bad it was. I remember it was last year, but only vaguely. Oh, I think it was the deep dark blue black. Yes, this one. Ha 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 ha. Look how bad it is. You could just like straight up read that through the paper. My God. This one, okay. After flipping through, I'm like, okay, it's still not the greatest, but I've seen worse. Essentially, what the shitty paper test has taught me is that most inks perform poorly. Which shocks no one. And there's a couple that are really shockingly good, but most of them look like this, look like this. The default, what you can go with is if you use an ink and a dry, fine pen, you're probably good, with some exceptions. If you want to use just like a fire hose, you're going to need very specific inks. And those tend to be very, very dry inks. Like that they are unpleasant to use in any other context. But yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I was just doing one ink, so it's going to be real short today. And also that's all I have time for. But yeah, it was great to stream again. It was great to go through this article on chicken feet with all of you. Very worth it. If you want to read more about chicken feet, I mean, I went through all the puns. I could throw up the link to the article, but other than that, it's just Atlanta Journal-Constitution. The article is probably somewhere in there on the website. Yeah. So I will see you again eventually. Like I said, it's just from here on out, streaming is going to be real spotty. So just be on the lookout for those notifications. Because I don't know when because schedule's off the table right now. Otherwise, look out for the blog review posts. Anyway, thank you for joining me. Have a great rest of your night, and bye!